What's up, guys? So today I wanted to discuss the exact steps you can take to buy either your first homestead property, first co-living, Airbnb, whatever you want to call it. I want to go over a strategy that I have personally used. Before we dive into it though, I just want to make well aware to everyone. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm saying this is something I did. It is aggressive and it's not for most people. So now that I've made that very clear, it's probably not for you if you're watching this. I'm going to go ahead and dive into it. So the first source I didn't have, but it exists now. It's a way to find Subto deals. So this is relatively new, but it already has a few hundred properties listed on it. So right here, this is founded by Pace Morby. It's called creativelisting.com. So I'll have this link in the description, or you can just type it. Doesn't matter to me at all. And so on here, there's a variety all around the country: Texas, Florida, um, Nevada, look at that, Hawaii, New Orleans, all over, Indiana, California, another Florida. So here's an excellent place. It's going to be, you can see cash, Subto, seller financing. It's going to be mostly those three. And you could filter right here on different states. I mean, I like Hawaii. I'm going to be going, I go there a couple times a year. So let's just pretend we're going to buy one in Hawaii. So we have Waianae, west side of Oahu. I don't know which island this is on. Could be Big Island or. So let's pretend we're going to buy this one. Now, the obvious question is, how do we buy it? Like, where are we getting this money from? That's the big question for everyone. So VA loan before closing costs. This is about a $30,000 entry. Assume another 5 to 10, roughly, with closing costs. And look at that, west side of Oahu. So I used to live here, North Shore, went to BYU, Hawaii, and then I have a couple of friends that I visit throughout more on the south side of the island. And so anyway, let's pretend we're going to buy this beautiful home, condo. And so what it really comes down to is, okay, what do we do next? Like, how are we going to come up with this money? Like, how do we pull this off? And so again, this is what I did. I'm not saying it's for everyone. So I use business credit. I've always had good personal credit, and I went through credit stacking. This is with Jack McColl. I think he's somewhere in Italy right now, living his best life. And I don't smoke, I don't drink. I have a very fresh, clear mind, and I apply myself. I push myself, 6 days a week, take a day off, and this is just how I did it. I went through creditstacking.com. There's a bunch of, you could do plenty of different business credit programs. They're a dime a dozen. I chose this because it is, in my opinion, probably in the top 5 best ones out there, maybe top 3. And so essentially what they do is they give you the game plan. One of those pieces being, okay, you set up your LLC, but then what? Well, you need to start building not just your personal credit. Ideally, it's 700 or above already, but you also need to build your business credit, the score for your LLC, and there's an entire science behind that. So here's my free, just first tip. Sign up with nav.com and register your LLC, because you need to start recording trade lines to that LLC. That's how you start building your business credit profile. The two most important, in my opinion, are Dunn's, D&B, Dunn's Bradstreet, and then the next, you really want to build up that Experian. So it'll take about 3 months for this business credit to build. But if you do it right, you have a high 700s on your personal score, and then you have a solid business score, like at 80 Paydex. I mean, you can get access to a few $100,000. Again, I'm not saying this is for everyone. I'm just saying what is possible out there for you. So I have a lot of entrepreneur friends, also friends that just have high paying jobs, but they'll upgrade their job every 12 to 24 months. So they're not bankable. There's all sorts of cases out there. So yeah, creative listing, excellent place to find properties. So let's pretend you have a good score. If you could get business credit without any programs. I'm just saying this is the most reliable, especially long term. So what I did when I bought this property I'm in here is I got a 0% business card. I liquidated the business card, and then I used it to buy a Subto deal. This is a VA loan Subto deal. And yeah, I did it through this program. So let's pretend though you don't have good personal credit. You could join this, look at the tips on how to build your personal credit fast. There's a lot of strategy behind it. this isn't cheap, or there's a couple things you could do on your own. So second free tip of the day after NAV is RentReporters. Whether you're renting, there's a couple programs like this where it'll report to your actual personal credit. So assuming that you're paying rent on time, this is a good way to start building your personal credit up faster. The second way, this one's free, I believe, Experian Boost. You sign up for this. I think it's free, or it's like 10, 20 bucks a month or something, but it's totally worth it. And what it does is it takes your bills that you already have, electric, cable, phone, Netflix, Disney, Hulu, whatever you want to think of, really, they can do. Of course, dive in to see what they don't do, but it's a lot. Utilities, car insurance, and it reports to your FICO 8. So the FICO 8 in the credit world is everything I'm aware of. It's the most important. There's others like Vantage 2.0, 3.0, FICO 10. There's a bunch, but the FICO 8 is the best one that I know. So let's recap real quick. You can, if you're renting still, you can report your rent, build up your personal credit. Use Experian Boost to start adding more things that will help build your profile. And then let's assume that now you have enough business credit to tackle one of these deals. Now, I recommend you already need some income. Like, if you don't have income, I don't recommend, buying a Subto deal, using business credit. Like, you need a good game plan already on how you're going to pay that business credit back. Typically, it's only 0% for 12 months. Now, you can balance transfer and stuff, but you do have to make monthly payments along the way, a minimum of 1 up to 2% of the balance. Now, when I did this, I had active income from wholesale. I already had several wholesale deals under my belt, more in the pipeline. Like, I felt confident. I think I used like 25K, something like that, to tackle this Subto deal. Technically, I ran the money through a whole life policy first and pulled it out through a policy loan, but I'm not even going to dive into that on this video. But for simplicity, I just wanted to show this because a lot of people, I think it can help. Again, it's not for everyone. Make sure you have a clear game plan on how you can do this. But I want to show a couple properties just for example's sake. Like here in Florida, you could do this with co-living. I'm not saying it's the best idea because, you gotta really need a solid game plan to pay this off. Now, co-living does cash flow heavily, but I'm just emphasizing be very wise. This is a powerful tool, the business credit, but you do need to make sure like you map out the game plan. You map out contingencies if something goes wrong. Okay, if this doesn't happen, what's my backup plan? If that also doesn't work, what's my next backup plan? Like, you need to build in multiple safety nets on however you do this. And yeah, I appreciate anyone that's watched to the end. And lastly, I just wanted to throw out, if you are interested in co-living, definitely hit up our free Facebook group. In some of the featured tabs here, we're always putting new tools, resources. We have like ebook, calculator. We do weekly office hours every Tuesday and Thursday. So definitely check it out if you're interested in the co-living space. And lastly, if you have any questions about anything in this video, hit me up on Instagram, shoot me a DM. I'll do my best to answer it there. If it is more of a lengthy question, then definitely look on this Facebook group and join our office hours. That's every Tuesday, Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.